There is one moment in Dragon Ball that hit especially hard.
Nothing else to say. Prepare yourself, Dan Saiyan.
We are finally here. We have made it to 190,000 subscribers. 190,000 souls have joined the Black Squad. You guys are what makes this channel happen. You guys are what pushes me forward every single day. And now we only have 10,000 more souls left until we complete the 200k mortal plan. So I implore you, if you are brand new, hit that subscribe button, and if you are a supporter, make sure to come watch the video to the very end and hit that like button. Thank you guys so much for all your support. So unfortunately, yesterday's video was blocked / copyrighted, so I don't have anything for the hashtag end of video squad for today. I apologize about that. Sometimes shit happens like this and it is unavoidable, especially in YouTube. But I will have that same video re-edited and put up later down the line in a few weeks or so. So if you missed it, you'll have another chance to check it out. Reviewing the stories that come from Rising Fist is like reviewing fine poetry. It's probably the most emotional stories that we are going to get from Dragon Ball, and not just in the fan manga. I'm talking about Dragon Ball Super as well, as in Dragon Ball Super hasn't really been hitting those emotional beats at all throughout its run. And Rising Fist has captured something that all of us yearn for. Now, Dragon Ball is not just a fighting anime. I mean, that is mainly what it is, but there are a bunch of different story beats that hit you with a lot of emotion. The scene that I showed you earlier with Beerus seeing his brother die right before him, the very little amount of characterization and emotion that we've seen coming from Beerus, this moment hit as hard for me as Vegeta's last stand against Jiren. There are moments in Dragon Ball that we've seen that speak of emotion, but often don't deliver. Not every moment that is supposed to be emotional in Dragon Ball hit as hard as Bardock and Guinea saying goodbye to Goku. So today I bring you a brand new look at another one of Rising Fist Dragon Ball fan manga original stories. I'm gonna have a link to the original video in the description below and also the top comment. That way you guys can go ahead and check out the full video yourself, and I encourage you to do so. Always support the creator. Beerus looks over a doomed world, and this world looks like it has gone through some sort of turmoil. Something is happening to it, but Whis is telling Beerus not to hesitate. He needs to complete his task of Hakaiing this planet. That is the job that Beerus signed up for, and Beerus is hesitating. He does not want to destroy this planet outright, but you can even tell just in the way the panels are drawn, he has to. He knows he has to, deep down inside, but he is hesitating. Whis reminds him that the people on the planet, his race, have been infected by dark magic. They cannot die, and every moment of their existence is torture. They are living in hell, and the only salvation, the only way to rescue them is for Beerus to Hakai the planet. Beerus knows all of this, and yet he hesitates anyway. Long before this moment, Beerus and his race were enslaved by a dark wizard. The dark wizard conquered the planet and had the entire Beerus race under his control and command. And so Beerus decided, well, I don't have the power to defeat him just yet. So he went and searched for the power ending up with Whis. Whis took him in and began training him in order for Beerus to return and grant order back to his home world. Now, this Dragon Ball fan manga does not mention Champa at all. It doesn't mention Champa, and the only sort of explanation that I can come up with is that Champa was doing the exact same thing as Beerus. They were both together seeing a planet that was completely destroyed, corrupted, and people that were exploited and enslaved by a dark wizard, an evil sorcerer. And so Beerus and Champa decided to go look for greater forms of power. And if Beerus found power in Whis, then it isn't far-fetched to think that Whis' sister, Vados, decided, I will take the brother, bring him back to Universe 6, and train him there. But seeing as how the possibility of the conflict happening on this planet is closer to Beerus and Champa, it is possible that Beerus got to the situation first. He is the first on the scene to defeat the Dark Wizard on the planet, but when he arrives, he has no choice but to Hakai it. It also makes sense because Champa is the lazier of both brothers. He is out of shape. He's not really doing his part in giving his universe a good universal standing. So the fact that Beerus gets to the situation first makes a lot more sense to me, and that's my own headcanon to where Champa's at. As Beerus trained with Whis, the evil wizard, the dark wizard controlling the planet, realized what Beerus was doing. He could see what Beerus was doing, and he knew 100% that Beerus training with an angel was going to result in the fact that Beerus was going to come back far stronger than the dark wizard is at the moment, and he was going to destroy him. So the dark wizard became fearful. He became scared deep down into his very soul, and in a last-ditch effort to keep control and keep the planet under his authoritative rule, he summoned dark magic deep within him, filling himself with evil. This dark magic unfortunately consumed the entire planet, infecting the entire Beerus race and cursing the entire Beerus race to a lifetime, an eternity of violence, sadness, and pain. And that is what Beerus saw as soon as he came back. He saw a planet that he could not save anymore. We saw a planet that is ripe for God of Destruction intervention, and that is exactly what the sorcerer wanted. He wanted to see if Beerus had it in him to destroy his own people. That is the task that Beerus is hesitating with right now. Whis again urges Beerus to destroy the planet, and Beerus snaps at him, saying that he is going to do this at the ground. He is going to ground level to see the planet one last time. And when he returns to the planet, he catches up with a long-lost friend. A friend that he had back before he became God of Destruction, back before the curse, and back during the sorcerer's rule. Beerus' friend Akusa sees Beerus for the first time in a very long time, and she is saddened because she explains that they tried to resist the sorcerer's rule at first, then they tried to resist his magic, but it was all for naught. It was all for nothing. And Beerus tells her, you guys did well. He has a lot of fond memories with Akusa, and he wants to cherish them. He wants to make sure that he sees her one last time, and she is also content that he is seeing her for one last time. And then this is what happens next.
Because now you will suffer with us. I have waited so long, so very long, to see you writhe in agony.
Beerus!
Hakai! Hakai!
This entire sequence shook me to my core because it was something that you would see in like a creepypasta or something. It was very, very creepy and scary, and you know for a fact that these characters, they can't harm a god of destruction. I mean, originally I thought that they were going to try to infect Beerus, but that doesn't seem the case. The Grand Wizard, the Sorcerer's power, his whole goal was for Beerus to suffer because Beerus ended up leaving and making the wizard do this. He ended up leaving to try to get greater power, and that made the wizard furious. So the wizard just wants to see him in pain, and that's what happens. He has Beerus's childhood friend go feral and attack him, while the rest of the populace is also going feral because they are all under his stringent control. And that's when Beerus Hakai's the entire planet, killing it, purging it from this universe. And this is all the wizard's fault. He did this to them, and I felt for Beerus in this. Whis tries to console Beerus back on Beerus's planet, and Beerus, he just wants to go to sleep. He wants to go to sleep, he wants to take a nap. He's basically done with this entire endeavor. And it looks like the sorcerer's plan did not work, because Beerus says when he sleeps, at least he can remember his friend the way she was prior to the infection. And that is actually a very touching sentiment and a very touching reason as to why Beerus sleeps a lot. If you thought this is where the Dragon Ball fan manga ended, it's not. I was actually surprised at this originally. I thought this was the end, but no, we get to the point where we see a God of Destruction ritual that transfers the God of Destruction title and power to somebody else, and that is Vegeta, which you guys know is connected to the Old Man Goku story. And we see that Beerus gives up all his eternal life to Vegeta, and that Vegeta is now linked to the Supreme Kai. Beerus ages extremely rapidly, but he still has some time left before he dies, and that leads us to Vegeta becoming God of Destruction, which I like. It's almost like an end credit scene. It's an expanded universe. All these Dragon Ball fan mangas that Rising Fist is creating, at least these in this sector, these are all like an expanded universe of each other, and they all are interconnected, which I really like. And the next one that he's got coming out is one about God of Destruction Vegeta, so I cannot wait for that. Make sure you guys check that out when it drops. Go subscribe to his channel. All the links are going to be in the description below in the top comment. Personally, for me, I think Rising Fist is doing the Lord's work when it comes to Dragon Ball fan mangas. He is making Dragon Ball fan mangas more mainstream. He's working diligently to create better and better stories, and maybe this is the direction that Dragon Ball fan mangas gotta go. These short one-off stories, that way we don't leave all these stories with cliffhangers that never end up getting completed. If you guys have been watching my channel for the last few years, you guys know a lot of Dragon Ball fan mangas do not end up getting completed, and I'm so glad that we have a creator that is so dedicated to his work that he's willing to see all these Dragon Ball fan mangas through. Thank you again, Rising Fist. Again, no end of video squad today. Sorry about that, guys. I do apologize, but there will be one for the next video. This is going to be BlackScape signing off. Take care, guys.
Subscribe for more content.